Hey everybody, Aaron Rift here from NoDQ.com to give my thoughts on WWE Summerslam this coming Sunday. I will be there at Staples Center to cover the event for NoDQ.com. This will be the 5th consecutive year that I've been at Staples Center for SummerSlam. The SummerSlam tradition continues in Los Angeles. The event starts at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. There's a 1-hour pre-show, so make sure you're on NoDQ.com at 4 to get all the coverage. The pre-show match is for the United States title, Dean Ambrose versus Rob Van Dam, the whole effing pre-show. I think this match should be on the main card, but it's not for whatever reason. It's on the pre-show. And spoiler alert, if you don't want to be spoiled, skip ahead about 30 seconds. Rob Van Dam beat Dean Ambrose on SmackDown in a 6-man tag team match. So that makes me think Dean Ambrose will be retaining the title at SummerSlam, and rightfully so. Dean Ambrose is one of the future superstars in WWE, and RVD doesn't need the title. He's RVD. So I think it's best for Dean to go over in this one, and I think this will be a really good match. I think that this will be a great way to kick off the show and get those last-minute buyers convinced that SummerSlam is worth ordering. So, I have high expectations for this one, and I think it'll be really good. Starting off with the main card, Cody Rhodes versus Damian Sandow. I think that this match is really important for both guys. If this match flops, if these guys don't really gel in the ring, or if the crowd isn't into it, I think it could hurt the careers of both guys. But if they go out there and deliver and the fans are into the match, I think it will do both of them a lot of favors. It's one of those critical matches for both guys. As far as who wins, I could see Cody Rhodes winning this and, the feud continuing. And at some point, Damian Sandow gets a rematch and beats him. So, it would not surprise me to see Cody win this one. But it could really go either way. I really feel it's close to 50-50 as to who wins. Next up is the World Heavyweight title match. Alberto Del Rio versus Christian. Interesting match. I don't think a lot of people were expecting Christian to get a world title match at this stage of the game, but he is in the match with Del Rio. As far as who wins, I'm expecting Del Rio to retain the title here. Actually, one thing that would not surprise me would be the involvement of Ricardo, although one would think he would cost Del Rio the match, but part of me thinks that he might show up and then swerve everybody and help Del Rio retain the title. So, if that doesn't happen, I still see Del Rio keeping the title. I just think it's too soon to take the title off of him, and I think at some point we'll see Del Rio and Ziggler continue their feud. So for now, I think that Del Rio will continue to be the world champ. Next up, the mixed tag team match. Dolph Ziggler and Caitlyn against Big E Langston and AJ Lee. To be honest, I think that the Divas being involved takes a little bit away from this match. I would have preferred to see a singles match between Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston, but whatever. I think this will be an okay match as long as Dolph Ziggler's in there for the most part. I think it'll be really good. When the Divas are in there, not so much, but should be an okay match, and I'm thinking that Ziggler and Caitlyn get the win here. Next up, the Ring of Fire match. Kane versus Bray Wyatt in Bray Wyatt's first official WWE match, and what a way to debut on pay-per-view against Kane in a Ring of Fire match. Since it's his first match, I'm expecting Bray Wyatt to pick up the win here. It wouldn't make sense to me for him to lose his first match, especially when it's a high-profile match. To be honest, I don't really see anybody getting set on fire. They haven't officially announced that it's an Inferno match, that the way to win is to set your opponent on fire. So I don't know if they're even going to do the fire thing. The fire just might be there, to look nice with all the flames shooting up. So whatever. WWE's PG now, and I'm just amazed that they're even doing a match with fire surrounding the ring in the first place. And you never know, maybe one of the other guys in the Wyatt family will be set on fire for 5 seconds, and the fire extinguisher guy will put out the flame. Something like that might happen. Who knows? But yeah, I expect Bray Wyatt to win, and maybe after the match, like I said, Kane sets one of the other guys on fire. Anything could happen. The other Divas involved match on the show, Natalya versus Brie Bella. And this is playing off the whole Total Divas momentum. That show is doing really well in the ratings, so I guess WWE actually has to have a second Divas match on the pay-per-view. Not really looking forward to this one. Hopefully it's short. I expect it to just be a 5-minute filler match. And I'm thinking Natalya gets the win here. Moving on to the main event matches now. First off, the Best versus the Beast. CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman in his corner. This match should be really good. I definitely think it will be better than the the Brock Lesnar versus Triple H matches, especially the one from last year's SummerSlam. I just sense that these guys will work well together in the ring, and it will be no holds barred. It will be chaos. It will be just a crazy brawl with these two. And hopefully this match delivers. I think that, this show is really going to depend on the two main event matches for it to be a really memorable SummerSlam. So hopefully the main events deliver. As far as who wins, it's a really tough call. It's hard for me to say. I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar just because I think that it's best for him to win at this point, especially if you're going to use him in a big match at WrestleMania 30. And most likely that will be his next match. So, I think he needs the momentum more than CM Punk at this point. You could have Paul Heyman cost Punk the match and then do something else with CM Punk after SummerSlam where it won't really affect his momentum. I definitely feel it's more important for Lesnar to win. And I'll go with him, but this is another one that's really close, 50-50. It could go either way. And finally, the main event, John Cena defending the WWE title against Daniel Bryan with Triple H as the referee. I was really looking forward to this match up until this past Monday on Raw when Triple H was inserted as the special guest referee. I feel it's unnecessary. I feel it takes away the element of speculation because prior to the announcement of Triple H being in the match, I figured there was a possibility at least, and I think people watching could at least think that there's a chance that the match could end cleanly. Maybe Daniel Bryan taps out John Cena, maybe gets a surprise pinfall on him. But now that Triple H is in the match, I mean, it pretty much tells you that there was going to be some sort of screwjob finish, some sort of outside interference, Vince coming down, all hell breaking loose, whatever. I would be very surprised if this match ended cleanly with Triple H as the referee. Just because, Triple H even mentioned in the press conference, he basically laughed and sarcastically said, since I'm the referee, there's not going to be any shenanigans. And, he said it very sarcastically. I'm figuring something's going to go down here. Don't know if it means a Triple H heel turn, which has been rumored. Don't know if it means Vince McMahon comes out and costs somebody. And then there's the tease about Randy Orton getting involved and possibly cashing in Money in the Bank, which for some reason I don't see that happening just because WWE has made it so obvious that Orton's going to get involved somehow. And I do expect him to be there. Maybe he'll run in and attempt to cash it in and something will go wrong and he doesn't end up cashing it in. I do see Orton at least coming out there at some point and perhaps trying to cash it in. As far as who wins, it's another tough call. I mean, I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan because I think that WWE realizes the momentum that he has, and most likely John Cena is going to be having elbow surgery in the near future and is going to need some time off, and I think he could use the time off. So, I think that this is Daniel Bryan's time. I think WWE would be foolish to not capitalize on his momentum and put the title on him. So I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan as my pick, and I still think that it's not going to end cleanly. I don't see Daniel Bryan beating Cena cleanly. Just don't think that will happen. What I think will happen is the McMahons will get involved, and in all the chaos, something will happen to John Cena, and Daniel Bryan will pick up the win. So there you have it for my thoughts on SummerSlam. Those are my picks. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment, youtube.com/NoDQCW. Don't forget to follow NoDQ.com for all the latest updates regarding SummerSlam. As I mentioned before, I will be there in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. After the event, we're having a little get-together at the Hooters across the street. So if you would like to RSVP to that, if you're going to be at SummerSlam or in the LA area, I'm posting a link in the description box where you can RSVP for the event. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time for no DQ&A video. Thanks for watching.